Hello, smart viewers. Welcome to Face to Face with me, William. And for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to be discussing about variously interesting topics, as usual. And for this episode, I'm going to be discussing about a unique topic. It's about environment. Yeah. And, who doesn't love animals? We keep them as pets, or we see them in zoos, or look at cute photos of them in the internet. But the grim reality is that animals face abuse and exploitations, and it's an everyday issue. So it's a delicate issue for many people, but it's often overlooked in news coverage. So many charitable organizations dedicate themselves to improving the welfare of animals. So I'm gonna be telling you about, there are several of these organizations focusing on especially wildlife and environment. And for the first one is ISAW. So ISAW stands for Indonesian Society for Animal Welfare, and was known previously as Indonesian Zoo Watch. So it was established in 2004 in Malang, Indonesia, and ISAW promotes animal welfare through trainings, educations, campaign, and lobbying. So it plays an active role in assessing and encouraging better animal welfare standards in Indonesian zoos. So the second one is called JAAN, so it's Jakarta Animal Aid Network, which is a non-governmental non-profit organizations dedicated to improving the lives of Indonesia's animals. And over the years, this organization has been responsible for many successful campaigns against unjust animal practices, and it's including traveling dolphin shows, shark finning, dancing monkeys, and more. Yeah. So, and the third one, it's called BAWA. So it stands for Bali Animal Welfare Association, and it's based in Bali, Indonesia. And its works focusing on saving, protecting, and improving the lives of all animals in Bali and beyond. So this organization directly relieves the suffering of animals by providing emergency response and rescue, food and medication, and also including rehabilitation and adoption. So the key focus of this organization is Bali's heritage dog, the island's genetically unique street dog that is under threat. So BAWA is funded entirely by donations and reliefs, and also they rely heavily on staff dedicated volunteers. And the last one is called Animal Defenders Indonesia. So Animal Defenders Indonesia is a non-profit organization, was established in 2011, and has been actively rescue, rehabilitate, and rehome strayed animals. And there's like hundreds of strayed animals are saved and brought to the shelter in Depok, Jati Jajar, in Java Island. And Animal Defenders relies on public reports about strayed or abused animals. And also, besides rescuing and rehabilitating, these organizations also urges people to adopt the pet instead of buying them from the pet stores. So there also implies that the adoption system will be free. So those are the examples of prominent organizations focusing on animal welfare and environment. So for the next segment, I'm going to be inviting a special guest for today's episode relating to the topic, which is environment. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned on Face to Face. Hello, smart viewers. Welcome back to Face still with me, William. And as I promised, on this segment, I'm going to be inviting a special guest for today's episode relating to the topic of, environment and, saving, relating to animal welfare. So, my special guest for today's episode, hello.
Hi, hello.
I'm Dominique.
Yes.
And
how are you?
Yeah, fine. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Yeah. And maybe you can share about, what your current activities to the smart viewers. Yeah.
All right. Hi, I'm Dominique. So, I'm a mother, a model, and entrepreneur as well. And also, I am representing as the orangutan warrior for environmentalists as well. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Or what I do right now.
Okay.
Besides, I have the newest project, but we can talk later. Anyway.
And also, maybe you can share about how you got into this, focusing on animal welfare and joining the organization. What is the motive and what is the background?
It was started when I was, I think when I was in the 3rd grade. Me and my family, we were living in a very small village back in central Java, and it was, we lived there among the forest, all of these, the village family, they always go to the school with walking, and back then, I still remember that my mom, my dad also, they taught me how to appreciate the nature. I mean, with the animals, trees, all of those, they have spirits. So I was thought all right, I'm not going to, I have to appreciate them and just be kind also. So I think that's the memories that I bring until now. And then probably when I start travel overseas, not just traveling in here in Indonesia, but outside of Indonesia as well. I remember that there's always something the value that I took human, animals, and also the trees. We are living in harmony, so we have to keep that in mind. So that's why that's what I always bring until now. And then I think 2016, I forgot. So 2016. Oh yeah, 2016. Me and my husband also we went to Central Kalimantan and East Kalimantan. We worked there with BOSF. It's Borneo Orangutan Survival Foundation. We went there and saved and released the 6 orangutan from the rehabilitation. And then so until now, me and my husband, I joined them. I joined this foundation. And just to the efforts. How to the efforts. The feeling how to release the wild animals that over years and years they have been protecting our forest, protecting our environment. It feels very. For me, it's happy and enlightenment. Like that. So, I still remember until now. So even though right now, I have my child, but so I cannot go there. I mean, like back and forth to the forest because we have to go upstairs like that. But probably, yeah. Then this year or the end of this year, I'm going to go back to the forest again to release some of the wild animals, the orangutans, in the rehabilitation again.
And also, maybe you can share about, like the importance of, like giving your efforts to the nature or joining the organization. Like, what is your most memorable moment relating to that, like?
Animals are like us, actually. Wild animals also. We have to know first what are their purpose. I mean, I do believe every living being in here, they have purpose. They don't just live like that and do nothing. No, for sure. Like orangutan, these I speak about orangutan because I interact with them myself, right? And I also speak for other wild animals, but maybe later. In here, like orangutan, we always believe they are the gardeners of our forests. So they live there to protect our forests, deep forests, to make us still like this, to make us can breathe. So we can still breathe like this, the oxygen, the fresh air like that. But now we are facing the fact that the forest is now it's already like degrade until 40%. Now we have only like 40% in the forest in Indonesia, and that's
it's pretty
oh my God,
devastating.
That's devastating, awful. That also affects the habitat of orangutan. So they don't have the home. They lose their habitat. So how can they live? I mean, how can they help us to breathe the fresh air also if their home is destroyed like that? So this, I found myself that I have to brought this topic and share this topic also to my friends, to all families, to all friends also, so to the people, so they know that, all right, there are cycle of life that we have to appreciate. Okay, we are living in a big town, big cities, with whatsoever, I mean, like the big buildings, and we don't see the forest, but we have to understand that we can live here because of them, like that. That's the point.
To keep the balance.
Yeah, we have to keep the balance.
Yeah, so the discussion is getting more interesting, but we're gonna have to take a little break. So be sure to stay tuned on Face to Face. Hello, smart viewers. Welcome back to Face to Face, and we are continuing our discussion with our special guest for today's episode. We are currently discussing about environment and focus also on animal welfare and your participation in saving orangutan.
Yeah.
So here we have some of your photos, your activities relating to your activities like that. Maybe you can take a look. Yeah, maybe we can share about this photo.
Yeah, that's it was 2016, first time that we are releasing the orangutan, the 6 orangutan. Me with Davina also, Davina Veronica, she is the founder of Garda Satwa Indonesia. Yeah. She also animal welfare defender. And then also there's my friend, my husband, and also the one that in the left side, he's the CEO of this foundation, the BOSS Foundation, Borneo Orangutan Survival. So it was in East Kalimantan.
Yeah. So how was like the experience?
Whoa, I can't, you know, it's it's hard to explain because, you know, when you release, I still remember it was me and Davina, the one who opened the cage, and it was very strict because there are some things that we have to follow. You know, you have to understand that orangutan is not a pet; they are still wild animals. So we have to be very careful when opening the cage because we never know. I mean, like, yes, they were from rehab. Yeah, even in the rehab. I mean, yes, they are. They know that they will be released, and they are starting to build their new home habitat like that. But still, when they feel like attached and they feel like, oh, there are something in here. I mean, like human. We never know. They could attack us back or do, I don't know, do something that we unexpected things. So that's why it was. Really have to be careful. It was very. I have all the anxious, the anxiety. It was, but it was also beautiful because the moment that the orangutan goes, I mean, went to the trees climbing, and there are these 2-3 seconds that this orangutan is looking us back, but what I saw is she's like saying thank you. Thank you. I was like, 2 seconds, and then she's gone. So we were like, oh my God, that was the most beautiful moment, like that. And go, please release yourself and build a new house, build a new home, habitat, and please save us, the people in big cities. You know, we need more fresh air.
And the next photo? You can share about this photo.
Yes, this is in the central Kalimantan. It's we have the new island, a small island. We call it Salad Island, Pulau Salad. It was pre-release island before all these orangutan from the rehabilitation will be released also in the. It's like, you know, it's like pre-release before they are really have to. So they get to survive themselves. Yeah,
they get to like adapt to environment first.
Yes, like that. So it's a small island, but they have all these. You know, it's close as close as the forest, like that. So we release. I probably it's like 12. Yeah, I forgot. 10 or 12 orangutans there. It's me and also us again, me and my husband again, always, and all the media. We have all the medias there because we have to share this happy. We see this as a happy news for the people actually.
And hopefully, you can also inspire others to
yes,
help
for sure.
Well,
For sure. Inspired people to appreciate the nature as well.
Next photo.
These are us on our way back. You know, the thing that when we have to release all these orangutan or wild animals, anything, yeah. I mean, like all the wild animals that has to be released in the deep forest. There's no easy way to go there. You know, we went there with the big pickup trucks and all these equipments like that.
Because in a remote area.
It was in a remote area because it has to be like miles away, deep from the society, and then also part of them we have to take the river as well, like that. Hiking as well.
So it's also a part of like traveling. Also,
yes, yes, that's what I actually happy about it.
And the next photo?
Yeah, it's one of them. We have to cross the river with a small boat like that, and you can see all the cage, 6.
Oh,
yeah, that's the cage that the cage that carried the orangutan. They are sleeping there, so we have the anesthetic things with the doctor. We have the nutrition, the doctor as well with us. So make sure that these orangutan are well.
Oh, yeah. And the next photo. So
yeah, we are waiting because it's like hours. It's like 4 hours, probably 4 or 4 more.
Traveling by river. Yeah.
Yes. And actually we got lucky in here because the weather is not very like rainy season or some of them are very hot, I mean like heavy rain, so we have to cross with the the wet.
Yeah, because it's, you know, like it's tropical. It's a tropical forest. Like,
yes, it's tropical forest.
Yeah. So, and also maybe we can talk a little bit about, you know, your other activities, which is you are the founder of the Supermodels project. Maybe you can share about it a bit.
Yeah. The newest project is we have me and my 3 other partners, 3 other friends as well. Actually, they are my best friends in modeling. We have Supermodels project. We call it, it's a school, it's an academy, because we have shared the same vision and mission that we want to shape and build the people. I mean the personality to be a better person in whatever you want to be. I mean, like you can be a model, or you can be a artist, or you can be an officer, but you have to have the good personality first, like beauty, brain, and behavior, of course. But you have to carry the right man in the right place as well. Like, because we are facing all the fast lane of technology in here. Yeah. So we have to be smart as well. Not just smart viewers, but you have to be smart personality as well, like that.
It also applies not only on the related industry, but also applies for any kind of professional field. Yeah. So, and you know, also talk about, you know, like maybe your vision and also your next plan for the future in relating to your organizations in Borneo Orangutan Survival. Maybe you can share your hopes and expectations.
My hope and expectation is just I do really hope that more people are more having their consciousness to understand that we are live together with nature, and we need all those wild animals, wild creatures. We need the nature, the forest, to live together with us. We need the balance. Don't be just a people or person who, you try
to forget the fact
that yes, we are now really facing the global warming. Like, come on, can you, I mean, you realize that it's getting warmer every day, right? You know, the weather outside, and it's getting unbalanced. Like some season, it doesn't supposed to be rain season, but it has to be, but it's raining season, heavy rain. Yeah. Monsoon is just like always. So for me, it's I feel sad actually for our next generation, not just our generation, but I do hope that the next generation, to my child, our grandchild, they have they have the experience to appreciate the nature as well. Hopefully, when my child and grandchild are there, they still able to see the forest. Yeah.
Yeah, and have a better living.
Hopefully.
So thank you, Dominique, so much for joining the show and share about, you know, like this case is there, and we need to protect our environment, and hope that, you know, this inspiration will help, you know, smart viewers and other viewers out there to, you know, give an effort, you know, because we live in the world, you know, we share
things.
Share like that. Yeah, so until then, I'm William Rinaldi signing off. We'll see you again on another episode. Bye-bye.